Hello, I'm Brian Helgemo, the Helgemo Team Compass. I'm excited to share with you the December real estate market update for all of Charlotte County, including Punta Gorda, Port Charlotte, Englewood, and the Rotonda area. First thing we look at is how many properties are on the market, basic inventory. There was 2,776 units in November versus 2,600 in October. We're up about 3%, just a slight increase, pretty expected coming into season. Year over year, we're actually down about 5%. So the inventory is coming down a little bit. It's a good sign for everybody. New listings are at 632 units versus the month before at 689. So a little bit less, about 8% less, kind of interesting. Year over year though, we're down 25% in new listings for the month. Another great sign. Less properties on the market, higher demand creates a lot of viscosity. Sold units, everybody's favorite. 347 units in November versus 443 in October. Kind of interesting. 22% less. Not sure why that is. Maybe the blanks will be filled as we look through the statistics. Year over year, we're up 21% for sold properties. So still ultimately, if we look at the year schedule, we're up 21% more homes sold for the month. Pending sales, 411 pendings versus 400 the month prior. About 3% more pendings. Looking at year over year, we're up 17% year over year in pending sales. So that's more confidence in the market, a little less inventory. Now let's jump into average days on the market. How long does it take to sell a property? In October, 110 days. In November, 101. More buyers, a little less inventory. That's down 8%. That's significant. Year over year, we're still up about 8% because last year at this time, we were at 93 days on the market. Sold properties, 90% differential of listing price to sell price in October, 90% list to sell price in November. Basically exactly the same. We're about 10% off the actual asking price. Looking back a year, we're 1% differential. So that's starting to normalize. The last thing we look at is months of inventory. 6 months of inventory in October and 8 months of inventory in November. Very easy to see why we had 30% more increase in inventory is because more people are putting their properties on the market. If a seller wants to sell a home, what's the best time? When all the snowbirds are here. And I can tell you, they are here. Year over year, we're down 21% in inventory. So ultimately for Charlotte County, going into the hottest months of season, which is December, January, and February, and March is a close second. Getting the property on the market is exactly what you want to do. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Brian Helgemo with Compass. When you think real estate, think Helgemo. Call the Helgemo Team. We are ready to get to work.